If I start naming people, I'm going to embarrass myself because I'll leave someone out. There's not a person in this room who didn't do something to get us closer to where we needed to be. We lost the election, and that hurts. But certainly it was not through anything we did. We fought a good fight. We raised the right issues. By the end of the campaign, Tim, who started the campaign talking only negatively, was saying exactly the same things we were saying. Because the issues are the issues. His last piece said that he is going to work with the mayor when she's right. Those of us in this room know she's right an awful lot more often than she's wrong. And we have now a 7-month term through the craziness of New Jersey law, during which Tim can demonstrate that he's the person he claimed to be and got a bunch of votes, rather than the person who he seemed to be to some of us before him. This doesn't end anything. We go forward. There's another election in May. The mayor is the mayor. The council elections are coming up. This city is going in the right direction. The fact that, once again, we didn't win the 4th ward means that we didn't win the 4th ward. But it doesn't mean anything else. We got to keep going forward. I want to thank everyone here, and I'll tell you that I'm not going away. Yay. One more thing. We saw today, over the past few weeks, the ugliest, dirtiest, nastiest, most corrupt campaign imaginable in 2010. That has to have consequences. That has to be something that people pay attention to and deal with. And I believe that the result on the ballot boxes had a lot to do with people's unwillingness to believe that things are as bad as we're saying they are. But they are that bad. And just as when we all stood together in 2009 and poured our hearts out and lost an election, and then there was an inauguration, and then just 3 weeks later, things happened. There have to be consequences after what's happened here. People have broken the law. People need to be held accountable, and that has to happen. And we all have to make sure that that happens. Because until that happens, people are right to assume that the rules don't apply in Hoboken. And we have to show that they do. Thank you again. I'm honored to consider each and every person in this room a friend. Thank you.
We like you, Mike.
I just want to thank you, Mike, for everything that you've done on the City Council. I mean, you have really carried us through a very challenging time. You know, taking us through the whole budget process and working with the directors, working with my administration, really leading the way. And I can't thank you enough for all of the work that you've done. It's been an important process for us to go through these last few months, and your time on the council has been extremely important. So I want to say I thank you for all of your work, and I want to say to everyone here, thank you, thank you, thank you for getting out, for being on the street, for writing letters to the editor, for calling your friends, for texting, for tweeting, for doing whatever you got to do, you know, to try and get people out. And you know, I hope that everyone, I know this is disappointing for everyone, but this, I mean, and this is certainly a setback, but this is not at all, you know, the end of moving our city forward. I hope that, we'll take a little bit of time, relax for a few days, but then we got to get started again, looking at May and really moving forward, because there really is, there's so much opportunity, and I'm gonna be working even harder to try and get the message out that we are on the cusp of such change. We really are moving towards reducing costs and lowering the taxes. We really are on the verge in the fourth ward of, we're about to finish 2 studies that will help us to really do the redevelopment process and bring a park and bring balanced development to the southwest, to the western edge. We're on the verge of completing a number of parks. There's just so many good things that we're on the verge of completing. And so I urge you, I know this is disappointing, but I urge you, please relax, take a few days off, but then think about, how we're going to recommit ourselves and stay focused and committed for May, because I know that we can do it. I know that in the end we will come through, and we will have a council that's committed to bringing positive change to our community. So we just got to commit ourselves to work even harder to get the message out. So again, I want to say thank you to Councilman Lenz. Thank you to all of you for being here. I see Dave Mello's here with us. I know Carol Marsh is here with us. Can't thank you all enough for being out here and supporting this, and let's come together and get this done in May. Thank you.
There was a labor leader 100 years ago named Joe Hill, who was put to death, framed actually. And his last words before he went to the gallows were very simple: don't mourn, organize. Let's keep going. Oh, I almost did it. Sam Briggs.
Yeah.